Hello, this is Samir. How was the year 2019 for you? For me, it was a very good year. A lot of things worked for me in this year. During this year, I could enjoy my passion a lot. One of my passions is traveling, so I had a lot of travel time for myself. I went to a Himalayan trek. I went to a peak called Sandakphu in Sikkim, which is the tallest peak, and I could go up to the height of 12,000 feet. The next I did in this area was I took a long vacation of 20 days in Norway, and this time I explored a new country, a new city. It's the Czech capital of Prague, and we had a great time there with family. Awesome vacation we had. Then I also developed many skills of taking care of my health, and because of that now I'm taking good care of my hair. I'm walking a lot, I'm exercising very regularly, and only because of this habit I could go to that height of 12,000 feet at Sandakphu. And this year in 2020 I am planning to go to even a bigger height, that is 16,500 feet. I am preparing myself for the trek of Goichala, which is the base camp of Kanchenjunga, which happens to be the second tallest peak near India. So that is on the health front. I had an awesome year. Also, I did not have any health breakdown during this year. I could get my B12 level on track, and I am really enjoying good health. The next thing that happened was in my business. In my business, I had the privilege and the opportunity of serving a lot of new clients this year, and I am indebted to them, all of them, for giving me the opportunity to contribute to their life. In order to improve our organization, in order to improve the day-to-day management, we also implemented the customer relationship management software in the office, and now we have got used to it. We are using it very regularly, and that is put many things on track. So that was great. This year a big achievement again for us in the business, that we qualified for the National Achievers Conference, which is held every year with NJ Invest Private Limited. This is the fourth consecutive year since we joined this company. We have been qualifying for this particular conference, and thanks to our partners and our clients for their unconditional support that we have been qualifying for this. So overall 2019 was a great year for me. I will score it on 9 on 10. This year I want to include some new things in my routine. I thought I would share them with you so that if they are useful, you can also use them for your life. So the first thing that I am planning to do with my life this year is to start a weekly planning schedule. Like, besides setting up, all of us set big targets for our life, our business, all that. But I want to now schedule my life on a weekly basis. So what I intend to do is every Sunday evening sit down, check out what is the week ahead, what am I planning to do, what are the tasks to be done, what calls to be made, what clients meetings to be scheduled. All that I am planning, so that I get a clear-cut idea about what is the week looking like for me, and I have better control on my time. So that is point number one, to do weekly planning. The second thing that I plan to do is to set realistic goals. Instead of thinking of, say, buy a Mercedes in 6 weeks and all that kind of stuff, I thought I would set up realistic goals for me, which I think are achievable. They are not, I would say, not easy, but they are achievable for me with certain amount of effort, and since I know myself well, I know how well I can achieve. So that would put me on a track where I can set realistic goals and get the things done faster. The third thing I want to implement is saying yes more often. Yes, I want to say yes more often to things where I can add value, more often to networking, meeting new people, finding new opportunities. So I want to plunge myself into new activities which interest me and where I can create value. This year I also want to develop a habit of saying no more often. Yes, you heard it right. Say no more often. Say no to things that waste my time. Say no to people who waste my time. Say no to a lot of distractions in life like social media. So I am really focused now, so that my time gets utilized where I can create the maximum value for myself and the people around my life. So that is the intention. So say no to all those distractions that come in the way of this kind of activities. The fifth thing that I intend to implement is to take regular work breaks. I have a kind of activity that I am sitting most of the time at my workplace. So if you are having this kind of a sedentary lifestyle, this may be interesting. So I will use what is called a Pomodoro timer, and I will take few breaks in between my work schedule so that I get up from my place, do some activity, some physical movement, and keep myself active. In fact, I am toying with the idea of taking a midday walk around my workplace so that I am active, the blood circulation is there, and I am not just sitting and becoming a couch potato. So that is a new habit I intend to develop. The next thing I want to implement is to ask for help more often. I know that I am not a superhuman, I cannot do everything on my own, I cannot handle every task single-handedly, so I need to ask for more help. And I know that people like to contribute, so I will give them enough chance to contribute to my life, thereby reducing my workload and also focusing on the jobs that I must be doing where I can create the maximum amount of value in that. Right? The one more important thing that I want to consciously do this year is to reduce my time on social media. Like last year, I got a sense that social media is a big distraction, it's a modern distraction, and none of us is insulated from that. So first thing I did was I took off myself from the Facebook. Now I am no longer on the Facebook. This year I would focus on reducing my time on WhatsApp. So why I want to do this is I want to focus and create more time for value added activities. Like I just love to read a lot of books, but nowadays I observe that social media is coming in the way of my time. So this year I plan to reduce all these distractions, reduce my TV time, reduce my social media time, and focus on developing myself, reading more books this year. Currently itself, as a practice, I am reading 2 books currently at the same time. The next thing I want to develop this year is the habit of letting go. There are many things that come in way of our peak performance. Things like distractions, things like fear, things like procrastination, things like difficult people. So all these things are problems which don't allow us to perform at our peak level. So this year I am learning, I am reading a lot and learning about the habit of letting go of these things so that I can achieve the maximum performance in my life, thereby create value for the people in my life, including me, my family, my employees, my clients, my partners. So this is what the game I am taking on myself. This is how I intend to utilize my time for the best, in the best possible manner. I am very confident that I am going to have a very good year in 2020. One more habit, the 10th one that I want to develop this year is to eat that frog in the morning. Yes, don't get the literal meaning out of it. I am not meaning to eat the real frog. But there are some things that we hate, but they must be done. Some things that we dislike from our heart, but they need to be done. So these are the things that I wish to attack early in the morning when my energy level is high. So I will go out and deal with these difficult things early in the morning. So I intend to have the frog at the breakfast. That is what I plan to do. So this is the way I am looking at the next year. I want to have a great year by design rather than by default. And I want to utilize my time for creating more value. So this is how I am planning my year. What about you? Check out what is lying ahead, what do you intend to do, and how you can get your best talent and energy to make this year a successful year. Wishing you a happy new year 2020 and an abundant life. Thank you.